How are you feeling? You got John Riggs here. We just updated our Nintendo Switch Online to play 64 games, and I heard of 3, but I don't see why I see 4. Maybe there was one that was added and I totally missed the update. It's been a little bit since I've updated it. But let's see what we got as far as this goes. Oh my goodness, Harvest Moon 64. The best ever. Let's go straight to this one. Because I just want to see what it looks like for a moment. This is the funny thing. I've never actually played Harvest Moon 64. I've looked at Harvest Moon for the Super Nintendo for a little bit. I had it for a little bit. And I didn't really play it much, to be honest with you. But people loved it at the time. It was like a little RPG, a little, farming, stuff like that and everything. But that's good enough. I like how you can have like paw prints and stuff like that. Into your birthday. The day is always the 25th. What? Alright. Well, I mean, my actual birthday is in spring, so I guess I'll put spring. Alright, sounds good. Yeah, let's do it. Oh my goodness. Ranch star. There we go. Looks good to me. Oh my goodness. My dog's name is Paw Print. Makes sense to me. Alright, looks like we're actually playing the game now, finally. Oh man, that Nintendo 64 aesthetic is a memory more than anything. And certain games have that. Oh, it actually controls really well. It's 64, but it's still on a kind of a 8-directional dealio. And something about that 64 look, especially when you see like those sharper lines, now that we can like play this on modern, the 60 frames per second. It's one of the things I really like about the Nintendo 64 online service is replaying games like F-Zero X, things like that, where it's just like, oh, it looks better than I ever imagined, better than I ever remembered. And I have a Nintendo 64, and I have a CRT right here as well. I can play it the way it was meant to be played. But they've done really well, I think, as far as this goes. Reasons like this are the reasons we don't have the Nintendo 64 Classic Edition, the Nintendo 64 Mini, because why would you do that when you can just pay by the month for the Nintendo 64 Switch Online plan? Although yes, I would love it if they would have released like a 64 Classic, that has just all the things that you could possibly need. See the little clipping down in the corner there? It's the best you can do. You know what? That's going to be good enough for me. I do that every time, don't I? So when you hold the buttons, tap these buttons. Oh, suspend. That's right. You can't do that on the 64 because you can't rewind it or whatever. Let's go back to the game selection. All right, I'm going to look at that a little bit more later, maybe on Twitch. What else we got? Jet Force Gemini, a fantastic game. Looking forward to this one as well. This is one of the ones I do have on. I have a copy of this on my 64. So, just loose. I don't think I have any CIB 64 games. Maybe Pokemon Stadium in like Japanese version because it's cheap or something. But oh, how cool! It's been a while since I played this too.
Oh my god, I'm going backwards. Can I not? Thank you. You need to stop texting.
Okay. Ah, it looks so cool. Fun. That big old ship there. Looks like the Among Us ship for a little bit. Those two planets are really... That planet and that moon are really, really close to each other. I remember it was also around this time when they're like, sometimes you're just like, just play the game. I'm still so used to like NES style and a little bit of 64, not Super Nintendo is what I meant, not the 64, but a little bit of Super Nintendo where even like Final Fantasy VI or Final Fantasy III came out in the US on the Super Nintendo. When you're just doing this intro thing and you're just like, I just want to play the game. It takes you like 15 minutes to get to where you're going. Maybe I can hit the start button. The start button's not going to do anything. This was a fun time for video games. It's kind of like mid to late 90s. Like started with 64, ended with Dreamcast. It went on from there, and we had games like, for PlayStation 1, Saturn, it was a fun time for video games because with new technologies that they had then with CD, 64 was still doing carts. You know, the 3D stuff they could do. So many more companies were taking that chance and taking that risk of like, well, what are people wanting? What are they looking out for? What do they need? So it's just so cool to see. All right, we're just gonna go straight to. I keep doing that every time.
Mama,
Looks cool. All right, what do we got here? Oh, come on.
Mom,
And then what's that other game? I guess we're gonna find out here after this.
Mother.
This was one I didn't really play a lot of. This is one of those games. Tommy Hilfiger. Look at that. Man, that's to tell you the time for the sign of the times there. A lot of people were really into this game, and I wasn't into snowboarding and stuff. I only went snowboarding once in my life, and I liked it, but there are people who really enjoyed this game, and I just at the time it was just one of those ordeals where I'm like I didn't snowboard, so I didn't bother. Well, I'll play as this dude, I guess, and I'll play as that board. Regular, that's how I stand on a when I use my electric scooter. Ooh, what if they had electric snowboards? All right. Nope. I can look behind me and I can switch. Yeah, that's about right. Alright, so I have to like do a little jump action and then flip around action, huh? And if I duck down, I can go faster. Is that how that works, apparently? Okay. That's not how that works. Well, you know, I'm gonna at least get to the bottom of this thing here. Certainly I got a chance here to... Oh, I like that background there. See, I'm still amazed by things that look like that. You know, here's this game, came out in, 1998. So already looking at, like, quite literally, what, 25 years old? Is that how that works? See, I could have jumped up there. Whoa! Oh, I thought I did a trick. No, I just tumbled. I just fell. Yeah, there's me. Oh, I'm almost dead. What happens when I die, though? I'm gonna try to do a little backflip here. Nope. Alright. Oh, I retire. Fair enough. I agree. And then finally on the list here, Mario Party 3. Now, when they must have added this 70 all-do minigame. I think that's part of the box art. They must have added that one, like recently, and I just missed the download or something like that. So we have Mario Parties 1, 2, and 3. Super fun for me to travel when I travel to use those, to play those Mario Party games like while I'm traveling anyway. So super neat. I love it. Some new games for your Switch Online. It is free right now. The download is free, I should say, if you already have your 64 access to Switch Online service. I love it.